Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Innisfree Longwear Cushion in the shade 11. I picked this up during the Innisfree Half Price Cushion Collection sale because Innisfree are making new cushions. As far as I know, Innisfree are only changing the actual cushion case and potentially the sort of size and shape of the inners, so you can replace these, which is why they can pop out of the cushion cases. But as far as I know, the actual formula is still going to be exactly the same. I decided to grab this cushion while it was half price because I have not tried the shade 11 before and I haven't swatched the other ones either. I heard that the shade 11 was quite yellow toned while the 13 was slightly pinker toned. So I thought that the 11 would be really good, but it also only comes in the longwear cushion rather than all of the other formulas. I would have preferred a different formula, so I actually also picked up the Ample Intense cushion, I think, but of course that one only comes in 13, so I actually prefer the colour of this so much more, but I slightly prefer the formula of the other one. This is mostly because my skin is slightly dry at the moment and we are also coming into winter, so I wanted something that was a little bit more moisturising and dewy looking, but this one would be absolutely perfect for summer because it is the long wear. Yeah, that's a bit better. So the product description says, a longwear cushion formulated to keep skin smooth and bright for a long time. This foundation reduces the appearance of pores, discoloration and imperfections and ensures a perfectly flawless complexion every time. The longwear complex containing Choux volcanic powder delivers flawless coverage with this long wearing effect. Whether oily, dry or combination, Sebum Control Choux volcanic powder will intuitively adjust to meet and address your skin concern for makeup that wears better, longer and truer. Enhances soft and smooth complexion with the effects of reducing the appearance of pores, discoloration and imperfections. This cushion case is almost disappointingly ordinary and mine is slightly rattly and not screwed down properly either. Innisfree is creating new packaging for their cushions and I'm thankful for that because I don't really like this one. On the inside, it comes with the usual big mirror for applications on the go and a soft cushion puff. The cushion itself is pretty normal. If you are new to cushion foundations, it's basically a liquid foundation or BB cream held within a sponge. I purchased the shade 11 Ivory. This is the lightest shade Innisfree has made in their cushion compacts and it is fairly pale and very yellow toned, perfect for my skin. This colour is a really good match for my skin tone and I'm actually really surprised at how much I like it. I also wanted to compare this to the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Siberia. You can see that initially Siberia looks a lot lighter than the Innisfree cushion foundation, but that's actually because the Innisfree cushion has already oxidized on my skin. I decided to apply another layer of the Innisfree and you can see how much lighter it is normally. I then just left my arm in front of the camera for a minute and sped up the footage so you can see how it oxidizes. Do excuse the twitching, it's really hard to stand still for that long. The Innisfree ends up looking slightly darker than Siberia, but that's okay. I find that this cushion works well with all of my primers that I've tried it with. It's easy to apply with the included sponge or a beauty blender and it looks like naturally perfect skin. I really love the way this foundation makes my skin look. The redness disappears and you can still see my freckles and a couple of my darker scars. It still looks like my skin, just a smoother, hydrated and more even looking skin. After 6 hours, the cushion is still looking pretty perfect. The longwear claim really lives up to its expectations for this product and I've worn it for over 10 hours and it only looks slightly shiny through the nose area. I don't find that the product wears or cakes anywhere on my face, it just looks really lovely. I also quite like applying this cushion with a damp sponge. I find that this gives a slightly sheerer coverage and it makes my skin look a little bit more dewy and hydrated. It still has great coverage, but it's slightly more natural looking. I absolutely adore the colour of this cushion foundation. As you can see, it pretty much matches me perfectly. I look like one all over uniform colour, which is quite hard to find for me, so that gives a big thumbs up from me. And the formula is actually really good too, which again, I'm really surprised at, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not trying this earlier because this would have been perfect through summer. So as I'm recording this now, I have been wearing this foundation for 6 hours, and before I showed you when I've been wearing it for 9 hours, and it still looks really good. At the moment, after 6 hours of wear, it still looks pretty much exactly the same as it did when I put it on in the morning, which I think is fantastic. So I love that this is a very inexpensive product, and it is really easy to use on the go because it contains a mirror, the product, and a puff. This is the perfect shade for warm-toned pale princesses. It's really easy to apply with the puff included, any other puffs, or a beauty blender, which I've been using at the moment and I really like, and it works really well with other primers and powders. It gives me naturally perfect looking skin, it doesn't look fake or cakey, and it lasts really well on my slightly oily skin. I do not love that the cushion case is a little bit cheap feeling, so it feels like a little bit rattly, which I don't really like, but they are coming out with new designs, so I will wait for those to come out and then just repurchase those because I don't know, it's just a little cheap basically. So I absolutely love this cushion foundation, and I am really kicking myself for not grabbing it earlier, and I will definitely be grabbing the new version when it comes out. The new cushion case designs are really cute, and I'm really hoping that they feel a little bit sturdier and are less rattly, because that's really the only thing that I don't like about this cushion, and that's what stops it from being a holy grail for me. So this cushion gets a massive double thumbs up from me because it is absolutely perfect, other than the fact that the case is a little bit plain and rattly. So I would definitely recommend the Innisfree longwear cushion for any princesses looking for a natural looking foundation that lasts perfectly all day, and the shade 11 for any princesses that suit NARS Siberia or are pale and warm toned. Thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you next time.